I have become very, very aware over these years, and actually even when I first was starting the school, at the power that the parent has to be able to provide, this foundation in values, let's say, and bringing them into the home. We know in this, as I mentioned, Yuri Bronfenbrenner, bioecological systems theorist, was this developmental psychologist, through the 70s, 80s. He died in 90s, passed away. But he had this talk about interconnection, this map and this approach to the systems that exist within our world that have become much more tightly connected. So kids are connecting, but how are they connecting? What is it that is grabbing most kids' attention? There's a great, documentary called The Social Dilemma. I don't know who has seen it, but if you have not seen it, it's worth looking at. And inspired by this young tech engineer, Tristan Harris. And he became very alarmed working in tech at Google. He attended Stanford for this course in influencing engineering and materials and programs, how to influence people. And he came out of that program completely shocked and dedicated to trying to create what he called humane technology. So it's true. I mean, I've got this saying, who's raising our children? I mean, really, who's raising our children? Who's raising our children? The internet, advertising technology, and I'm not saying it's all bad, but how and what is influencing our children, the children today, and the young adults today? I mean, technology too can really lead them down this path. For instance, there's this little dopamine effect that they get when somebody likes something on their Facebook or Instagram, okay? If they're not getting that dopamine effect, they're going to feel pretty bad about themselves. I'm failing. Hey, nobody likes me. I mean, it's a huge issue. It's a huge problem. Where is the guidance? Who's raising our kids? It has to start. It has to be at home and then in our educations. So kids are connecting. They're connecting. But what are they connecting over? What are the messages? What are the conversations they're having? Big, big problem. This cyberbullying too happens there or online. So it's a big issue that I think we have to, and we as parents and we as educators, we as adults and we as guides have to really think, how can we bring these values into our home, into our workplace, into the classrooms, and into our personal lives? Because as Connie said, and said, we're teaching every moment. We are impacting to varying degrees those around us, those we meet, those at the checkout counter at the supermarket. We're interacting, we are connected. Absolutely. How are we connecting?